Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another first impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Sword Art Online for the PlayStation Vita. This title was sent to me by Bandai Namco so that I could give it a look and tell you guys my opinions on it. And you guys might be wondering what exactly is Sword Art Online, and to be completely honest, I've been confused by that concept as well for quite some time now. And the reasoning behind it is because this game, whenever you research media about this game, they're almost announcing the game like an MMO, and the reasoning behind it is because there's this already established manga and anime, or is there even a manga? Is it just an anime? I don't know. But there's an established anime behind this game, which is also called Sword Art Online. And for those of you who do follow the anime, let me just tell you from the get-go that the storyline of this game is an alternate storyline from the anime after the final fight at the 75th floor. I'm hoping that makes sense for you guys, because I did do a little bit of research because I became really interested in this title. So you guys are watching me go through a location right now which is called Arc Sophia. It is a town, and to be completely honest, the first time that you come here, it is actually quite disorienting. As a matter of fact, it's still disorienting to me now because I'm not exactly sure what's going on in this town, because I haven't done a whole lot of exploration in the town itself. But if you are having trouble like orienting yourself, the best way to do it is look at the color of the banners. So the red zone is pretty much the commerce area where you can go and buy supplies and buy armors and stuff like that. The green zone is essentially where you have your room, which I believe is where we're headed, right? Yeah, this is the green zone. You guys can take a look at the banners here. The green zone is where you have the inn, and the inn has your room, allows you to essentially rest if you want to move time forward and all that. But yeah, this is Arc Sophia, and you guys are wondering, okay, so this is like the game world. Not necessarily. This is an MMO, so to speak, but the game itself is not an MMO. So this game is simulating an MMO, which is why you see all these characters running through town, well, running, walking, whatever. Each of these characters is supposed to be like a player. So if you imagine yourself in an MMO scenario, these would be players going around about their business through a regular MMO town. Now, what happened in the game story, I'm just going to try and give you guys like a brief summary of what happens in this game. Essentially, in 2022, I believe, is the date. Yes, I had to look a lot of stuff up. In 2022, this company comes up with this technology to make the perfect MMO, and they call it Sword Art Online. And essentially, this is like a VR MMORPG where you just like jack in, and the game just sends information into all the nerves in your body and whatnot. So it's like this fully immersive experience that you get. And a lot of people obviously were really excited about going into an MMORPG and just playing the MMORPG. But what ended up happening is, as soon as people jacked in, they found out that they couldn't actually log out of the game. So that's the story. Everybody's just kind of like stuck in this MMO world, and nobody can really leave. And obviously, people are like, oh, but we want to leave. We want to go back to the real world. And what do we got to do? And the guy who created the game tells people, well, you have to finish the game. So you have to defeat all the bosses in the game. And once you do that, you can leave the game. Every player will be free. However, if you happen to die in the game, essentially you would die in real life as well. I know, right? So obviously this becomes like this really intricate situation, and if you're not into the anime, I guess it's probably going to be hard for you to really get your head around the story. Like, I've been playing this game for 3 hours and a couple of minutes, and I'm still having a hard time kind of like grasping the idea of the story. This game was previously released for the PlayStation Portable, I believe, but it was only in Japan. And when they did the Vita version, they added a new area called the Hollow area, which is an area that essentially allows you to party up with other players and actually do some multiplayer in this supposedly MMO simulation, and you can do some ad hoc multiplayer if you so desire. I haven't done any of that because I don't actually know anyone else that has a Vita and owns the game. Oops, that was a mistake there. I don't really know anyone else. Oh, damn. I don't really know anyone else that has a Vita and owns this title, so I didn't get a chance to try out the multiplayer just yet. But anyways, this is your basic gameplay. So we're in town, and in town you can do your basic things like crafting and shopping and just regular stuff. Then we exited town and just started killing monsters, because I actually have a quest to get a bunch of poisonous needles, which apparently I've just completed that, and then I'm supposed to get another quest to get some herbs, and a quest to kill a bunch of spiders. However, I've already been through this particular area of the map. I'm just kind of showing it off so that I can talk to you guys about the mechanics of the combat system. So the combat system in this title essentially is, it's a real-time system. It's not turn-based or anything like that, and you can just attack monsters by pressing, I'm going to assume it's X, because my Vita, since it's Japanese, it's going to be circle for me to start engaging, so I'm not exactly sure what the controls are going to be on Western Vitas. So anyways, here I basically just press circle and I start attacking. Now, when you start attacking, your character will do auto attacks from time to time. You guys will notice here in a couple of seconds my character should perform an auto attack. There we go. That's an auto attack. Or you can use your burst attacks, which will use this yellow gauge that you guys see beneath my character there. So if I do a burst attack, boom. If you chain a bunch of burst attacks, what's going to happen is your character is going to go into like a limit break for his weapon, and he's going to do a weapon skill, a burst skill even. However, obviously you can't constantly do burst attacks because you will run out of that burst gauge. So when you run out of the burst gauge, you have other things at your disposal, which in my case is actually not that much because I've just started using this weapon, so I don't have any skills available. Your character actually starts with dual wielding. Let me switch that up just so that I can show you guys a little bit better what that's about. Let's put this one here and switch to the... Actually, is the Raven Sword better? No. This sword, whatever this... No, the Dark Repulsor. So these swords are corrupted because of the fact that they went from level 75, from the floor 75 to floor 76. It's part of the game lore, but essentially that corrupts your gear for some reason, and that is where you start. Also, it's very confusing when you begin playing this game. I mean, it's probably even confusing for someone who has no idea what Sword Art Online is about. It's probably confusing even just figuring out what I'm doing, but when you start playing the game, you essentially already start at level 100. So if we go to, where do I even see? Oh, you can see the status over there. Actually, I'm 101 right now. You start at level 100. If you look at my gold, I have 3 million gold. This is how your character starts. Don't ask me why. I've actually haven't purchased any gear or anything like that, so I don't know exactly what the reasoning is behind your character starting with that much money. But anyways, as you do combat, you have a lot of stuff at your disposal. Like, you're just seeing me do burst attacks because I'm just like, at this point, I'm slightly higher level than these dudes that you see here. I mean, you kind of start a lot higher level to begin with. This is just like super easy stuff at the beginning of the game. But essentially, as you go through combat, you will get other things that you can do. Like, for instance, if you press your R button, that is going to give you a call palette, which will give orders to your teammate, which in this case I have Salika as a partner. And then you can also do like special skills. Like I have that circle skill there will be a heal. The X skill will be something that recovers my spirit gauge, not SP gauge, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. And there's another debuff there, which is the slow weak, and then there's the speed master, which is some kind of a buff, which I still don't know what it does. If you press the L button, that is going to give you all kinds of crazy sword skills like the focus, etc., which is this, and that is going to spend your SP bar. Or if I attack here, I can also do a countless thing, which is this particular attack. And you can also set up like attacks for when you reach the burst of your burst gauge, so to speak. If we go to, where was that? Wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry. If you go to palette set mode, you can decide which one of your sword skills, which I have 4 of those, which one of these sword skills you want to be your burst ability, which right now I have depth impact because that's the one you start with and it's the one that deals the most damage, it seems. But you can essentially assign any skill that you have for any weapon as a burst skill. And burst skill is essentially, you guys will notice as I use the burst gauge, eventually an icon's going to pop up. See there, burst finish. And when that happens, it's going to use a specific skill at the end of your combo there. But you can just as well use it as a normal spell, if you so desired, works pretty much the same way. Now, you will notice that every now and then this character will ask me to do things, the female character there. And when she asks for stuff, if you do what she asks, like she says every now and then, stun the enemy, you can do this XT onslaught thing, which just stuns the enemy. And if you do that, she's going to thank you, and it's going to improve the benefit of fighting and whatnot. But yeah, this is pretty much basic combat in Sword Art Online. You just kind of hack your way through the game. Just kind of slash your way through the game. I'm going to switch back to my axe now, if you guys don't mind. I have access to like a wide array of stuff that you can pick up. I've picked up a bunch of weapons already, and I've just been like fiddling around with them, figuring out which weapons I like best. Right now I'm still fooling around with the axe, trying to figure out if I like it or not. And there is a complex skill system that you're going to be able to do. I mean, just look at this. These are all the skills that you have available for different weapons. Like, you can be a dagger user, which actually allows you to dual wield daggers if you so desire. That is going to give you access to skills like hiding, skills like avoid, which I'm assuming is going to be some kind of passive dodge maneuver or something like that. You can also be a sword guy, just straight up regular sword. Actually, I think swords also allow for dual wield, which is the swords that we were using. You have scimitar, which can be wielded with a shield. You also have a rapier. You have, oh, actually you have dual wield skill. Never mind what I said. So I think you can actually use regular sword and shield too if you want. You have club skill, which is also pretty much club and shield. You have great axe skill, which is the skills that I'm using right now. You have spear skills, which actually I haven't used spears yet. I should try that out, just out of curiosity more than anything. And you will, apparently, I've seen online that you're supposed to like use all of these weapons because they will give you access to additional skills within your skill tree. So yeah, the game is complex. I do believe I've mentioned when I first started playing it, I went online and I said in my social networks like, man, this is like insane. It's really complex. It's really overwhelming to begin with, which is why it kind of makes it harder for me to do this video and try to explain it. But in its essence, this is an MMO simulation, and it's got a unique combat that I haven't really seen all that much. It's got some good music. I like the music in the game a lot. As a matter of fact, some of the tracks seemed like they were inspired by Final Fantasy. As I told you, there's the stun the enemy thing. Then she says, "You're awesome," and then she goes for a special attack and stuff like that. You can also do other things, like, for instance, suppose that you're attacking, and for some reason, imagine that I just go through my burst gauge completely. Let's hope that he survives. Nope, he didn't survive it. Let's see if I can aggro a couple more. Yeah, there we go. This should be able to allow me to completely expend my burst gauge. Actually. Okay. There. And now we've run out of burst, and we can switch. And when you do switches, essentially what happens is the other character will take aggro for you, and your burst gauge will just start filling up really fast. So most of the combat in this game is essentially like you with an AI-controlled partner. You have multiple partners that you can select at the time. As a matter of fact, if we go to my friends list, I can tell you who are the main characters. There's Asuna, which, interestingly enough, Asuna is supposedly the wife of your character. That's something that I don't really understand, because this game has like a dating sim included as well, so you can like date these characters, you can chat with these characters, you can like hold their hands, you can even do bridal carries if you evolve the nature of the relationship enough. But all of these characters are available for you to party with. The ones after Klein are not. These are just random players that I came across, and these symbols are actually their guild symbols, I believe, because of course, this being an MMO, there's also supposed to be guilds involved and whatnot. Your guild, I think, is supposed to be the Knights of the Blood Oath. If you guys notice there, like main attack party, Knights of the Blood Oath. But a lot of this stuff just like completely goes over me. I'm still trying to figure out how the game even works at this point, but I got a pretty good idea of what the gameplay is about. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how the hell do I get out of here, because I just showed you guys pretty much how combat works regardless of the weapons that you use. You can also get other gear like armor, stuff like that, with different stats and abilities. I don't know exactly what each of the stats does, but it's fairly straightforward RPG. Am I supposed to go straight forward here? I think I am. It's fairly straightforward RPG stat, so it's not going to be anything like out of the ordinary. But there is something to this whole aspect of the game being a simulation of an MMO, because like these enemies would respawn if I was to kill them. I had a quest earlier to kill a bunch of these dudes. I actually really like the animations on the spear. I might start using that quite a bit more. For some reason, I've just gotten a real taste of like I've developed a real taste for thrusting weapons. When you see stuff like this with the exclamation marks, that means that this is probably a quest. So you'll want to take care of that. I have the quest for killing a bunch of spiders right now, so I'm going to assume that these spiders are going to be a part of that particular quest. So let's go through here. Now, something that I would like to show you is a boss fight, because I haven't done like a big major boss fight yet, and I am very curious to see how that happens, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to record in this specific point in the storyline, because this is going to be the first actual boss fight. And I mean, that way I won't spoil too much of the story for you guys if you want to get involved in this title. Oh, looks like we have a pretty big enemy over here. I wonder if I can actually go to this area. Previously, they didn't let me go to that area, so let's see if we can just get through here. So I'm just going to go straight up, full burst on. Oh, looks like it's going to survive. Okay, let's expend the rest of our burst. Let's do another twin thrust. It looks like we got a skill chain in there, and I was about to go for a switch so that I could regain my burst gauge, but that was not necessary. So this is an area that I haven't been to yet, and I'm assuming that this is a part of another quest that I have. I can sense the presence of a powerful monster from deep within. Okay, let's take a look at the level of the enemies here. You also have a mechanic, which is if you press triangle, it is going to tell you the level. If you look at the upper right corner, you can see that this is a level 76 Death Hornet. And also, you have a mechanic in case you don't want to pull all of the mobs, you can just like throw a stone at it, and it will aggro one mob. But every now and then you do have mobs that are social, so whenever you throw a stone at them, they're going to aggro as well. This is what happens when you and your partner perform a skill at the same time. You see that little screen there, and you see some really wickedly cool animations. In terms of visuals, I have to say that I really like the visual style of the game, particularly for a game that came first to the PlayStation Portable, and it was then like improved for the PlayStation Vita. I would not expect this kind of quality in terms of graphics. Like, these aren't the best graphics that I've seen on the Vita, but if you take into consideration that this game is trying to simulate an MMO, and if you look at the quality of the animations, I really like it. I like the quality of these animations. You guys know that I'm big on animations. Also, if you take a look at the map, it is going to show if there's treasure nearby, so you can see that there's a treasure there to the left. So essentially we can go there. If we turn left here, let's just go through these enemies. There's going to be quite a bit of just killing enemies over and over, so if you have an issue with that, this might not be the game for you, because there's definitely a lot of repetition in terms of killing enemies, as you guys can probably tell by now. As a matter of fact, you can just skip a lot of these enemies if you don't want to fight them. It's not a big deal. So let's go through here, open up this chest. Red flame ore. Now this is supposedly going to be able to, you're going to be able to, wait, whoa. Is that a really big bee over there, or is it just me? Kind of seems that that one bee over there is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. You'll also notice that in between the burst gauge and the SP gauge, there's a risk bar, and essentially, if I remember correctly, of the tutorial that completely overwhelms you at the start, what that risk bar does is the more risk you have, the more damage you're going to deal, but also the more damage you're going to take. And the more you spend your burst gauge and the more you use your special attacks and whatnot, the bigger your risk is going to be. So it's not necessarily something that you want to have big if you need to play defensively. Oops. Well, that was a little bit of that was a little bit of a risky maneuver, because I hadn't even seen the level of the bigger bee. Oh, Queen Hornet, it's level 81. Should be fairly straightforward. Shouldn't really be a problem. You can also do parries if you press triangle there and your enemy happens to hit you while you are doing a parry. So there's that. Now let's do a switch here, because I'm really low on burst. So you'll notice that Silica takes the aggro there, and I can just like spam burst for a bit. So there we go. Takes care of that. I was really hoping I could find these herbs that I'm supposed to be looking for for a quest that I have. But I think I'll be able to join the offensive on a boss without really having those quest items yet. Anyways, we've gotten a new spear, so let's look and see if it deals any more damage than the one we currently have. So this spear, the Realm Crusade, deals is 210 DPS, 315 damage, and the Hagel Rider is exactly the same thing. Okay, it's exactly the same spear, but it's got a different name. So let's go through here, see what else we can find through this map. I really was supposed to find these herbs for a quest, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. Got a couple of bees here. Also, these maps, you can totally just explore the maps. They are not explored when you first start the game. Two-handed sword, Element Liberta. Oh, that's actually a type of weapon that I haven't tried yet. Element Liberta. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Pretty sure a lot of players are going to enjoy this, but then again, the majority of players probably will want to go for the dual wield thing, which, to be honest, is like, whoa, the hell is that? What the hell's going on? Silica, what are you doing? You're going to make me kill this thing now. Oh wow, this thing is slow. Let's see what the special attack looks like. Oh, I can't even reach like the burst gauge for it for some reason. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to switch to my dual wields because I need to be able to kill that thing up ahead. And dual wield, your character just starts as this really powerful dual wield user, so it's like a lot of times you will find yourself kind of using the weapons you begin with almost as a crutch. I really want to see what the level of that monster that's over there is, because I think that's kind of like the objective of this area. Also, your burst gauge will completely refill every time you kill an enemy, so if you're just killing adds, it's not a really big deal if you just like spam attacks, so you don't really have to like, come on. Let's try and, oops, my mistake. Man, the pulling mechanics could use maybe a little bit of tweaking, I think. Really love these animations, though. Okay, now let's see. Can we finally target that thing? No, of course not. We're going to target this bee, because why the hell not? Come here, bee. I want to make sure that I don't pull that big thing. I'm being like super careful and watch that thing be like level 80 or something. Level 81. Psh, pathetic. He's not even the powerful roughneck. Let's try to parry. Nope, I was too late. Need to switch because we're out of burst. The switching also reduces your risk, so it allows you to essentially just like go crazy with your attacks. There we go. Now then. It looks like we have a time limit for this mission, which is we have to find this powerful roughneck, which I don't even know where he is. I'm not a big fan of some of these missions being like, oh, you have this allotted amount of time and that's all you get. Okay, this poison needle is level 78. I'm just going to go straight up for the duels for a while now because I just want to get through this section fast and figure out what the roughneck is and try to go ahead and beat that. Also, if your partner here does something that you like for instance, let's see if she does any sword skills or anything like that. You can tell her, good. If you look at the lower left corner, you'll notice that there's an icon there that says good. You just touch the screen right there. Whoa! Hello? Are you the powerful roughneck thing? Yep, level 101, Nightmare Roughneck of Forest. Okay, so when they have something that says NM, that usually means that it is a pretty powerful monster. So I'm probably going to take a little bit of a beating, but let's see if we can deal with this guy. So this is probably one of the highest bosses that I've ever fought, as bosses of level 71. So this is going to require a little bit more than your just standard hack and slash tactics. So let's go for a stun. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Oh wow, he is just wrecking me. We need to switch. So she is going to... Actually, I took the aggro. Damn it! Gonna have to do a heal here. The heal also does regeneration for your party members, so that's pretty cool. Gonna go for another death impact there. Look at his energy bar on the upper right corner. You'll notice that this guy is a lot tougher than most of the stuff we've fought so far. Unfortunately, one of the things about parrying is that uses your SP gauge as well, so yeah, that's going to be a problem. Let's go ahead, go for some more burst. Taking a lot of damage there. Let's go ahead and go for lightning attack. Lightning attack recovers your SP gauge, so it's going to allow me to do my special attacks again. And I'm still taking a beating here. Oh, wow. God damn it. I was trying to switch, but it looks like I got the aggro again. No! Okay, maybe let's try to weaken the monster. You actually, I don't think you're able to run away from combat. So yeah, that is a bit of a problem. You can dodge as well if you press X. That'll do dodges, but dodges will also eat up your burst. So you got to be careful about that. Right now I'm just trying to wait until the cooldown on my heal there goes up. So there we go. There's the heal. Now let's go for some burst. I tried parrying, was too late. Parrying needs to be something that you really got to time properly, as opposed to just kind of like pushing the button and hoping that you're going to be okay. I think I can ask her to heal me as well. Heal. Oh no, she died! So it's actually a good thing that we died, because that allows me to tell you how the death mechanics work. Essentially, the game automatically saves at the start of each map. You cannot do manual saves. So, basically, if you were expecting to save right before that boss, and then just in case you died, you could go back. Nope, that's not the way it works. There is no way to manual save. You always just get auto saves, and that's that. However, obviously it seems that we're not really ready for that particular boss just yet, so I'm going to go back to town. I think you guys got a good idea of how the combat works and what you can expect in terms of combat gameplay. I want to talk about other aspects of the title now. Looks like we've got a couple of spiders here, though. Let's go ahead and take care of those, because since they're part of a quest and whatnot. So supposedly right now we're on floor 76, and it's like, floor is a relative term because it's not like you're on a giant dungeon. It just feels like floor is, I don't know, one term that they could use maybe for area. So we're on area 76 of the Sword Art Online virtual game. The series, the anime, takes place between floors 1 and 75. And I believe that the anime either ends at 75, or maybe that's when the last episode was made. I'm not exactly sure what's the deal with that just yet, because I've not been following the anime series at all. I just did some research for this particular video, and that was that. So let's go back to the city. And I told you guys about how there's supposedly a dating simulator aspect to this game, so let's delve into that a little bit deeper. So right now we're partnered with this character, but we can essentially go to our friends list, and if you go to your friends list, you can partner up with any character that you want. However, you first have to find them in town. So let's say, for instance, we want to partner up with Asuna, because if you'll notice, her approval rate is intimate, because she's supposed to be this character's wife. I'm not exactly sure what was the deal with making Asuna his wife. I'm assuming that that's something to do with the anime, but I don't think you're forced into like being faithful or anything like that. So, yeah. Anyways, she's in Agil's shop. Let's look for someone who's a little bit closer. Lisbeth is at the teleport gate. So if you press square, it's going to actually display a red circle beneath the character that you're looking for. So right now we were looking for Lisbeth, who happens to be this character. So we can tell Silica that it's like, look, we're done for now. And you can just disband party. There's also a lot of novel elements when they're doing the storytelling. You know, this typical Japanese novel-like stuff. A lot of really great artwork. As a matter of fact, I hope that we get to see some of the animation, because they've done some animation for the game, like actual anime animation, and it just looks so good that it just blows my mind every time I load that up. So we can form a party with her. Yeah, sure. So essentially now we could take this character out and she would fight alongside us just like the previous character did. Now the importance of this is that you have to pay attention to the level of your friends, because you need to have your friends like leveled up in order to do bosses, or so they say. I'm not exactly sure what happens, whether or not your friends are leveled up, but we're definitely going to be trying to do a boss just to see what happens with that particular mechanic. So anyways, the other thing that I want to talk about was the dating sim aspect of it. But if you go and you do chat with her, you'll notice that they're talking, and now you can say great, and she will either like it or not. You'll notice that she is enjoying, and you have a certain amount of time, and the more she enjoys it, I'm assuming the better your relationship goes on. So there's that kind of minigame aspect to it. So that you just stay here, you chat for a while until how long you can chat or whatnot, and then it's going to tell you your relationship with Elizabeth has taken another step. So yeah, this is how you kind of level up your relationship with these characters, and eventually I'm assuming that you need to get to one of the thresholds that you see there. I wonder if you just spam R, and how does that work? You can also give them gifts and stuff, kind of like you can with every other Japanese like dating sim and stuff. But yeah, this is how the whole dating sim works, and I'm assuming that at some point you will be able to do the whole hold hands thing, which I still can't do because I'm not deep enough in a relationship with her that's going to allow me to do that. You can also do a bridal carry. So she's essentially any one of these characters can essentially be like your virtual girlfriend inside this world, and yeah, there's that aspect of the game as well. And now let's go through town just to go to pick up another character, because since I'm going to do a boss, I'm hoping that at least I take the highest level character with me, which I think is Asuna. So we'll go and try to find her, whom I believe should be in the green area. So we should be able to go from here. Also, we have a quest that we can hand in. This is the dude that gives you quests inside the town. At least he's the first guy that gives you quests inside town, so you can report quests here. We did the Poisonous Needle quest. Accomplish the quest, Poisonous Needles. Boom. So now he's going to say congratulations. Thank you, you've completed your request. Looks like I've obtained the Strength Potion and a whole bunch of money that I'm not even sure what this money is for. So anyways, that is that. Let's go ahead and cancel our party here with Lisbeth, because we're going to be heading out to meet with Asuna. Let me just double check her location. Asuna right now is in Ajil's shop. So Ajil's shop is in the green area over here, which is essentially the inn. Ajil is also a character that I believe you might be able to recruit. I think he's supposed to be an important character in the series. At least they kind of portray him as such. So let's go over here. This is Ajil's shop. Like I said, it is going to take you guys a while to figure out how the city works and whatnot. Looks like Ajil's got a quest as well. Oh, it's actually Elizabeth. Oh, is there something going on? I think there's only Japanese voices. I should really double check on that. What's wrong, everyone? Something is wrong with everyone's gaze. Did I do anything wrong? I have a question for you, Kirito. Oh, it's about something that happened in the poker game, whatever. I'm probably going to skip through this. It's not that important. Okay, so I just skipped through most of that dialogue. That is kind of like that Japanese novel style. That's kind of like how some of the story plays out. Real major plot points, though, they play out in animation, like I told you. Right now, let's go ahead and make a party with Asuna, so that I can go and try and see what happens when I try to go do a boss fight. Okay, so this should, up until this point, you guys should have gotten a pretty good idea of how most mechanics work for just basic gameplay. Just remember that there's two distinct areas, and that the new area in this game, and the area that they actually recommend that you start in, is the hollow area. The hollow area, from a storyline standpoint, is an area that it's kind of like, it's a glitched area in the game, because let's not forget that all this time your character is essentially inside a video game. And the hollow area is an area that is like glitched, and you can like supposedly find some really powerful skills there and powerful equipment and whatnot. So yeah, there's that. Now then, let's see what happens when we try to do a boss fight. So doing the same thing that I did previously, I wandered through the game for a bunch of time until I came across a location that said, oh, this is the boss room and we should really prepare before we do the boss. And this is the quest that supposedly is going to take me back to that boss room. Would you like to take part in the fight against the boss? I'm currently recruiting fighters and gathering info. Confirm current data. Do you want to see what info we have so far? This is all the information we have now. And it shows up this thing. Discovered boss room on floor 76. Please make preparations and proceed to teleport gate on floor 76. Now, it actually took me quite a while to get to the boss room. It wasn't particularly difficult, but it took me quite a while, and there were a couple of more challenging encounters, kind of like the scorpion dude that you guys see me fought. So right now, it seems that we need to increase the strength of the assault team to over 745, and we're currently at 576. I'm curious to see if we can even just try to do the boss at the point we're in, because we're probably going to die. So here we go. Actually, this seems like it's a different boss, because it seems like for this boss we have 770 strength. I don't know, I'm a little bit confused, but sure, okay, let's go. We still don't have enough manpower or information yet. Okay, looks like I have to go ahead and do that quest with the grass and whatever. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go come back and just try to do the boss fight. Okay, so I went and completed the quest that I had missing. It was just a gathering quest that for some reason it totally... I missed the items on the way. So it's not like it's something major that I had to show you guys or anything. But let's get to the boss here and let's see what happens now. Attend boss strategy meeting. Are you ready? Let's confirm the boss information one more time before heading out. If there are no problems, please join the boss fight. Okay, so if you guys notice in this screen, the thing is, if you notice the check portion of it, it needs to be all circles. So it's going to tell you like the weakness. It's going to tell you that you need to be able to dodge attacks using step, and it's going to tell you that you need to seal the beam attack with the Eye of Destruction. I have no idea what that means. But we're going to go on to this boss fight and see what happens, because I'm curious, because supposedly this is like a raid boss, and I'm very curious to see how they handle the raid boss mechanics in a game where essentially you play with two characters. But if you guys notice, it says there that the assault team is going to have 108 players, going to have 23 elite players and 3 harmless players for some reason. And we're going to have like 2 guilds attacking. It's the Knights of the Blood Oath, which is our guild, and the Orchestra of Dusk. Yes. Also, I neglected to mention to you guys that you play as the main character. This is not like a personalized character or anything. Sure, you get to customize some of the aspects like his haircut, the way his face looks, but essentially you always play as the character Kirito, who is the main character of the anime, I'm gonna say. So if you wanted to play a female character, sorry, not gonna happen. Soon everyone will gather and start the meeting. Your attendance is requested. Thanks everyone for gathering together. Just moments ago the boss room was discovered in the labyrinth. Actually, it was discovered yesterday. Come on, get real. Let's all challenge the boss together. Everyone please form parties. Once we've formed multiple parties, we can challenge the boss fight in raid formation. Preparation for the boss battle, you need to pick Kirito's partner. You can choose your partner freely from among your companions. Well, we're gonna team up. Well, I want to go with Asuna because she's like the strongest one. But I will eventually have to level up the other characters. But for now, we're going to go with Asuna. Challenge boss. Asuna, can you pair up with me for this boss battle? Please make sure you confirm your roles and strategies with your partner. Let's now head to the labyrinth. Good luck, everyone. It almost sounds like they're trying to simulate the whole actual raid meeting. Raid meetings don't sound like that at all, but it definitely, it's interesting that they're doing it like this. So this is the room that I was in when I found out that this is the boss room. Everyone, I have only one thing to say. Let's win and go back home alive. I know for a fact that I'm going to lose the first attempt on this, but I'm really curious to see what happens. Oh, it's like a gazer. No, it's not gazer. It has another name. I keep forgetting the name, the proper name of this monster. Oh, you can actually see the party going through. Oh, that's really awesome. And they're actually contributing with damage. So this is like an actual simulation of a raid boss. That is really cool. Let's switch with Asuna. And we're gonna stun. I know I'm amazing. And now we get to do burst damage all the way. All the way, baby. Let's go for the lightning attack after this. I like how it's called lightning attack, and essentially it's just like a recovery skill. Sweet. You can even see the energy of the parties over there to the left if you pay close attention. Oh man, I have to say, I really like what this game is doing. It's essentially a single-player MMO. Oh wait, what the hell's going on? You guys might want to dodge that. Can I do switch? Sweet. Uh-oh, we gotta get the hell out of here. Now she's asking me to switch, but I'm too busy. I can't. I'm not busy. It's just I don't have the cooldown ready for it yet. That is just so cool. Let's try to stun the boss. Stun it. Nope, I don't think you can actually stun raid bosses, apparently. Wonder if we can switch. Sweet. We gotta get the hell out of dodge. No. I don't want to be caught in that attack. Are you insane? It does, however, get pretty chaotic, but I mean, that's the way that raids play out, essentially. It's interesting that the game is so confusing and overwhelming at the beginning, but after you kind of get going, I really like where this is going. I really like where this is going, I have to be honest. However, I do have to say that this particular boss is not looking that as challenging as I was expecting. I mean, the Scorpion was being harder, but then again, maybe he's got like stages. Maybe when he goes into the second stage or something, he's going to be harder. Let's switch. Acceleration burst. Also, I've got no SP. I do have a ton of burst, so I guess I can just attack the crap out of him. Let's try to stun. Nope, not gonna work. Don't have enough SP. I can't do lightning attack yet. And as a matter of fact, I'm not gonna do lightning attack even when I can. I'm gonna wait until my SP gauge refills. Can I get her to refill my SP gauge, maybe? Use skill? No, that didn't really do much. Okay, we've gotten our SP back. Let's go ahead and go for a Countless. Sweet, now let's do Lightning Attack. There it is. Get our whole entire SP back and just like chain combo with Burst, hopefully. There we go. Now let's switch up for Burst. Come on, Burst, Burst, Burst. And just get all these skills up in there. Spend all that SP, all of it, in Death Impacts. Guess level 1 Sacred Spectrum? I don't even know what that does. It seems like there's a healer like doing AoE heals constantly too, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming that further on raid bosses are going to be more of a challenge than this, at least I'm hoping, or something like that. Then again, I did bring the 2 more powerful characters, which I'm not too more powerful. I did bring the more powerful character I can team up with. Oh, looks like I'm the one who's tanking right now. Thing is, I have no burst. I wonder if I can try to use the parry if he tries to attack me. Let's see if we can get one parry going on this boss. Just out of curiosity to see if we can even parry bosses. Nope, I failed. Damn it. Come on, try to attack me. Oh, that was bad. I don't want to be there. Also don't want to be here, but I don't have enough burst. No! Oh, and I just noticed that the parry thing has a really long cooldown. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves. This also is going to give a boost to our partner. I can't stun this. This is a raid boss. Or maybe I was able to stun it? That was insane. Like I told you, you are supposed to say nice every now and then to your partner to make sure that she's happy, and it also sometimes it will give you a boost in your SP gauge, which is pretty cool. Looks like we're down to the last health bar on the Ghastly Gaze. I'm hoping there's like an animation at the end of this so that you guys can see like the quality of the animations that I told you guys about. And we're out of burst. Let's switch. In comes the burst. She's going in for a skill. Good job. Whoa! That is an AoE attack. You guys might want to dodge that. Or not. Whoa! Another AoE. Why are you guys staying inside the AoE? It's like the worst idea ever. Let's go for the depth impact. We definitely have healers here, though. I can like see the healing going off and stuff. Come on. We're halfway there on that last bar. Switch. Gonna go straight for burst. Dodge. Don't want to stay there. Aw, oh, come on. You were doing so good by dodging. Why the hell did you go back in? Ooh, I need to move. Run! I kind of stayed stuck in that animation there. Let's move in again. Wow, someone casted a nasty spell. Switch. Come on. Actually, I'm wondering if I can stun the enemies and prevent the raid boss, and prevent him from casting skills. Nope, didn't seem to work. I did X Onslaught, which is my stun. Did not work. I would love to use sword skills together, but I don't have enough SP right now. Actually, I do. I just did a sword skill. Why didn't you chain combo with me, damn it? Switch. And we killed the raid boss. Defeat the ghastly gaze. You've earned a trophy. Clear rank S. We didn't lose anyone. That was pretty cool. Last attack by Iris. We beat it somehow. Let's go to the upper town to activate the teleport gate. So I'm assuming that now we can go to floor 77 because we defeated the boss of this floor. And I think that's kind of like the way the game goes. Now you get to go to floor 77, in which there will be another town. Yeah, there we go. Floor 77 field. Waft Serpent Floating Isle. So this is the town on floor 77. It's a pretty big town. I've completed the activation on this floor. Thanks, Jill, so there wasn't any problems with the activation itself. And let's get back to Arc Sophia. I'm wary after the boss fight. You probably have to report into your guild too, Asuna. Let's go back home and relax. So yeah, this is Sword Art Online. My personal opinion, I really like what they're doing with it. But it is going to be something that some people are going to enjoy and other people might not enjoy as much. It is, in its essence, a single-player MMO that you can actually play with your friends if you so desire in the Hollow area, not in this area that we're in right now. And also remember that there's a lot more game beyond what I've shown you in the Hollow area. There's a lot of mechanics in the Hollow area that I still haven't explored. There's a lot of skills. There's a lot of stuff. There's too much stuff for me to put in just one video, but my overall my overall appreciation of it, really enjoyed it, and if you own a Vita and you like this kind of game, I don't see why you shouldn't get it. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me your comments, feedback, all the kinds of good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.